Now to Arizona Republican Congresswoman Martha McSally, who was pressing the FBI director today on those emails. Congresswoman, good of you to be here. Were you satisfied with the director's response?
No, I was not. I served 26 years in the military. I had the highest clearances myself. I'm pretty familiar with our protocols and the grave danger that the release and reckless use of classified information up to top secret and special access programs is. I mean, this is grave danger to our national security by definition if it's mishandled.
But these agents, Congresswoman, sworn to secrecy. How unusual is this?
It's very unusual. I mean, I realize that there was, a concern to make sure that they could do their investigation without it all being leaked. I get that. I wasn't focused on that. I was focused on having been in the military and managed these systems. Number one, if this were an airman, talk about the staff all the way up to the top, they would have security, administrative and security repercussions. Comey said that himself in his press conference. So what are those? What types of security and administrative ramifications are there? None of them should have security clearances. They should have been yanked right away. If this were an airman, they would have been kicked out of the military, never been able to get a federal job again, never get another classified brief. I mean, they would be done. There's serious implications to how they were actually just typing in new classified emails from scratch because the systems don't talk to each other. So
Congresswoman, it appears that the more questions we ask, the more we don't know. As outsiders looking in, I mean, it just seems like we're left wondering more, and the more we hear them testify, the more we don't know.
Well, and I really want to know each of those staffers that were on all of those 110 classified emails that were classified at the time. Everybody that was on their emails, what is going on with them? Do they still have clearances? Do they still have jobs? What sort of sanctions are happening to them? And also, especially when we're talking about human intelligence, what is going on with those who were named? Do we have sources that have now disappeared in some of these countries that we work with them? What are their ramifications security-wise to these individuals? These are questions that still need to be answered.
All right, so Congressman, you said you didn't want to dwell on this too much, but you just said it was very, very unusual that these agents were sworn to secrecy, subject to lie detector tests. There are various reports that have former FBI agents saying, I've never signed one of these. This is very unusual. I've never even heard of such a form, expressing their disappointment in all of this, leading them to believe other things were at work here, obviously political things at work. This one FBI agent who said that this is going to have a chilling effect. What did that agent mean by that?
Well, I'm not sure what he meant by that, but it is unprecedented for sure to have them be subjected to lie detector tests. Usually, we reserve lie detector tests in the security system for those that are going to get access to human intelligence. We care so deeply about violating sources of operatives, CIA operatives and others in other countries that we're working with, that we want to make sure if anyone has access to that, they're subjected to a lie detector test. And yet we have these staff members whose disposition is unknown, who are talking about this stuff on unclassified, unsecure private systems.
Congresswoman, where does this go politically?
It's hard to tell. I think the American people really need to be asking very difficult questions, tough questions about who we can trust to be handling classified information. And there's still more answers that need to be provided to us.
All right, Congresswoman Martha McSally, thanks for joining us. Good to have you.
Thank you. Yep.